football rundown. Well, obviously, it's been a little bit quiet recently on the channel. We spoke about that in the community post as well, saying there's not been loads going on in the transfer market for Stockport County over the last few days, the last week or so. Obviously, England, that tournament which kicks off in just under 2 weeks' time. But so it has been quiet on the channel. That has been a disappointment. I think that also as well, views have gone down a little bit since the end of the season, which I think is always kind of expected. But again, a little bit disappointing. That's probably why I've taken a little bit of time away from the channel to not really focus on trying to make a video, because I feel like the appetite isn't really there as much at the moment for people to want to watch it. So that's why it has been as quiet as it has been. But from my point of view, I'm still wanting to get videos out. I'm still wanting to make videos. I'm still wanting people to enjoy doing what I'm doing, and hopefully people will do that and tune in for the for the Euros over the summer, of course, where England did play last night as well, which I was umming and ahhing whether or not to do a video about it, and I thought, is there enough interest there? I'm not too sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you're interested in watching me talk about England going into these friendly games, which of course we've taken on one of the two before the tournament kicks off. I've also got my thoughts as well on England and who may miss out on that 33-man squad, which will be trimmed down to a 26-man squad. I'm happy to do these kind of things if people are interested in it, but if people aren't interested, then it's a waste of time for me, I suppose, to do it, isn't it? But going back to Stockport County, like I say, it has been quiet. But today there is news to talk about. Well, last night there was news to talk about, and I was thinking about doing this late last night when they announced that there would be an announcement at 10 o'clock at night. But I was watching the England game, I was kind of winding down for the night, and I thought, I'll just wait till tomorrow. So what's been happening then? Well, Stockport County did announce at 10 o'clock. Well, they announced earlier in the evening, but at 10 o'clock at night, they would have an announcement on a transfer, and it would be, in fact, the new number 10, a player which is going to come in and take the 10 shirt from Anthony Sarcevic. And it is, of course, Jayden Fevrier, who's come in from Colchester United, of course, signing quite a few players from Colchester, it looks like, this summer. Obviously, we brought one in with Mingi last week, and now, of course, Fevrier, who come in as well. Wing-back / winger, which is an interesting one, I think, for a player that's been given the number 10 shirt. I'd expect that he wouldn't be playing wing-back for us, and I do think he will be used as a winger, but he has played as wing-back, and he has played as a winger for Colchester. How do I feel about this? I'm not too sure. Like I say, a little bit like Mingi, not too sure about the profile of the player that we're bringing in. He's 21 years of age, undisclosed fee yet again, so we don't know how much we're spending on this transfer, which I do always think affects how we feel about a transfer when we know how much has been spent on it. But obviously, County are looking to do business, and I suppose the only disappointment from my point of view, and look, I'm not writing these players off, but I do think that when you go up to League One and you're champions of League Two, and you've let quite a lot of experienced players go, and the two players you're bringing in the summer are two players from Colchester who just about avoided relegation in the last few games of the season in League Two. It doesn't really fill me with loads of confidence, I have to be honest. But I'm sure that County got a lot of more exciting business up the sleeve as well. And obviously we know that they want to do that business with Louis Barry as well, with Aston Villa. So we've got to wait and see what's going to happen with Louis Barry. For me, I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. I know obviously they're not going to give up on this deal. I don't think he's going to give up on this deal unless he's been given assurances that he's going to end up at Aston Villa. But that's a conversation for a different day. Today we're focusing on Jayden Fevrier, who has in fact signed for Stockport County and has become the second signing of the summer, and the second signing of the summer from Colchester United. So this is a little bit of what he's had to say after signing. He said that County's a big club, and playing against them last season, I was really wowed by the fans and the way the team was playing. That's a short insight into what he's saying, obviously bigging up the fans, as you would do if you're coming in as a new player. He'll want to get the fans on side straight away at Stockport County, because if you get the fans on board, the fans are really strong behind you. And as I say, we've seen the outpour of disappointment and backing, I suppose, for some club favourites have moved on this summer. And of course, some have also stayed when contracts have been signed. So obviously getting the fans on board is a huge part to building up that relationship and having a good time at Stockport County. So County basically put out at 10 o'clock roughly last night saying, we are delighted to announce that we have agreed terms for the transfer of the Colchester United winger, who joins us on a 3-year deal with the option of a further year. Welcome to County, Jayden Fevrier. Like I say, we knew we were in for this player a few weeks ago. There was speculation that he may well sign for us. Then, of course, we signed Mingi from Colchester last week, and then of course when that news heated up last night and we found out it was in fact Fevrier, it all makes sense, and this is a deal that we've obviously been looking at for some time, and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down. But like I say, signing players from that have just about avoided relegation from League Two, it doesn't fill me with massive confidence that we're going to go and do the business that I think people were hoping we were going to do this summer. And like I say, I know we've got to be realistic. You know, with Stockport County, we don't have a billionaire budget. I get that. You know, I understand we're not going to sign the best players in the world, but I would like to see us bring in some higher profile players, and I'd like to see us bringing in players that have, you know, had a better season than just about avoiding relegation from League Two. Look, some people might think that's harsh from me. It's just my opinion. I think a lot of people would probably be thinking the same thing, but that, you know, that doesn't mean that I'm not backing these players. They'll come in, obviously you get behind them straight away, and I'm sure that, you know, Simon Wilson, Dave Challoner, I'm sure that they would have been very smart in this process. I don't think they would have picked them out if they thought they were bad players. So there must be something about these players, and hopefully we can see it in a Stockport County shirt. But like I said, at the moment, you know, the careers they've had so far, the season they had last season, it doesn't fill me with confidence that these are going to be players that can take us to the level that I think we're hoping to be at. But look, who am I to say? I could be completely wrong, and I'm sure they are going to be good players, and hopefully they can add to the quality that we've got in this squad, and hopefully replace some of the quality that, as I say, has been allowed to be moved on this summer. So as it stands at the moment, we've brought in a midfielder, or a defensive midfielder in Mingi, and now a winger/wing back in Fevrier, both from Colchester, both undisclosed fees, both relatively young players. What is Mingi? 23, I think, maybe. Fevrier's 21, so young players. We spoke about that obviously a few weeks ago. We knew that you know, this is what Mark Stock wants to do with Stockport County now, bring in young players. So that certainly ticks the box in terms of that, you know, that side of things, profile the player. Obviously, you know, we've replaced the player in terms of winger, wing back, obviously, because we're going to lose players, or we have already lost players. So, yeah, I understand why we're targeting these kind of positions on the pitch. I would like to see us go for some players that you go, wow, we brought in that player. That player had a really good season last season, and I don't think that's been the case so far. But look, you know, I'm sure that I'll probably be proven wrong, and hopefully I am. But I just want to get your thoughts on this. How are you feeling about Fevrier signing for Stockport County? You know, have you seen much of him before? Do you think he's the kind of player that Stockport County should be looking to bring in? Do you understand where I'm coming from with the point of view of we should be signing better players, or players that have had better seasons? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this sign. As I say, going back to it as well, Euros kickstarts in just under 2 weeks for England. We've got that last friendly on Friday. Let me know if you want to hear with me talk about England as we approach the Euros this summer. Let me know your thoughts on Jayden Fevrier signing for Stockport County. It is now our second signing of the summer, and I'm sure we'll have another one through the door soon as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and everything I've just spoke about. Don't forget to like the video, of course. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, thanks for watching.